When Barry came home, he tried to contact Maria, but her phone was switched off. He asked the security man, who said she had driven out a few hours ago but hadn't mentioned where she was going. Barry became worried. Chief then came to Barry's house to be with him. Barry called the police, but they told him to wait for 24 hours because that's their standard procedure. Unknown to Barry, Chief had already called the police to tell them not to take Maria's case seriously. Chief then told Barry that he suspected Maria had run away with one of her sugar daddies. Barry, surprised, asked him what he meant. Chief then told Barry that Maria had always liked older men and reminded him about the kind of family Maria came from. How her mother had different men coming over and how Maria's sister had died from a terrible sickness she got from different men. Barry, naive and hurt, began to believe his father. Chief continued, saying he had caught Maria with another man while Barry was missing. I was searching for you while Maria was busy with her boyfriend. She is not good for you, my son. I told you before, but you wouldn't listen. Now see where it has landed you. Barry began to cry. Chief's manipulation didn't stop there. He convinced Barry to move on and get another wife, saying it was best for him and their son. In the month that Maria was missing, Barry, broken and lost, foolishly agreed. Chief arranged for Barry to marry a girl he had chosen, and Barry, in his vulnerable state, went along with it, forgetting Maria so easily. The wedding was small and quick, with Chief orchestrating every detail. Barry barely had time to think about what he was doing. Locked in the secret room, Maria felt a mix of fear and determination. Chief would often come in and force himself on her, calling her his wife. Maria hated him with every fiber of her being. She knew she had to find a way to escape and reveal the truth. The room was soundproof and had no windows, making it feel like a tomb. Maria searched for anything she could use to free herself, but the room was empty. She paced back and forth, her mind racing with ideas. Maria remembered the journal she had been keeping with all her observations about Chief's behavior. It was at home, hidden in a safe place. If only I could get to it, she thought. Days turned into weeks, and Maria grew weaker. Chief occasionally brought her food, but he made sure she had no means of escape. Each visit, he taunted her with lies about Barry. Barry has moved on, Maria. He's already married to someone else. He doesn't care about you anymore, Chief said one day. He's better off without you. Maria didn't believe him. She knew Barry loved her, and she held on to that hope. She spent her days planning and praying for a miracle. Unknown to Barry, Linda, the woman whom Chief had forced him to marry, had been sent into Barry's life to destroy him. Chief wanted Barry to will all his properties to him, so he asked Linda to marry Barry. One day, after Barry had gone to work, Chief came over to see Linda. When Linda asked him why he was doing all this to Barry, Chief revealed a dark secret. Chief said that Barry's mother had cheated on him while they were still married. Filled with rage, Chief admitted that he was the one who had killed Barry's mother, lying to her family that she had run away with another man. Linda was shocked by this revelation. She then asked him what Barry had to do with it. Chief's eyes filled with malice. Everything, he said. I've hated him since the day his mother cheated on me. I've tried several ways to ruin him, but I never succeeded. You are my last hope, Linda. I want to take all of Barry's properties through you. After that, I will lie and make sure I convince Maria to marry me. And if she refuses, I will kill her and her son. Linda was horrified but felt trapped. Chief had threatened to wipe out Linda's entire family if she refused to obey his orders. To add to it, Chief had paid Linda a huge sum of money. She knew she had no choice but to follow Chief's plan. Days turned into weeks, and Linda played her part well, pretending to be the loving wife Barry needed. Barry, still grieving Maria's disappearance but also influenced by Chief's manipulations, fell deeper into the trap. Linda began subtly suggesting that Barry should change his will, ensuring that everything would be secure for their future. One evening, as Barry sat at his desk working, Linda approached him with a gentle smile. Barry, we should talk about our future. You know, just in case anything happens to either of us. It's important to have everything in order. Barry looked up, feeling a pang of guilt. He still missed Maria, but Linda had been nothing but supportive. You're right, Linda. We should sort these things out. Unknown to Barry, Chief was waiting eagerly for the news that Barry had changed his will. Meanwhile, Maria remained locked in the soundproof room, enduring Chief's cruel visits. Chief would force himself on her, calling her his wife. Maria hated him so much, but she couldn't escape his grasp. Every day she hoped for a chance to break free and expose Chief's evil plans. Maria's spirit, however, remained unbroken. She vowed to survive and protect her son from Chief's clutches. She kept track of the days, marking them with small scratches on the wall, each mark a testament to her enduring hope. As weeks passed, Linda grew more uncomfortable with Chief's demands. She saw the love and trust in Barry's eyes and felt a deepening sense of guilt. She couldn't continue deceiving him, but the fear of Chief's threats loomed over her. She needed to find a way to save Barry without endangering her own family. Chief's visits to Linda became more frequent, pressing her for updates on Barry's will. "Have you convinced him yet?" Chief demanded during one visit, his eyes cold and menacing. Linda nodded, her voice trembling. "I'm working on it. He's almost ready to make the changes." Chief's face twisted into a cruel smile. "Good. Remember, if you fail, your family will pay the price." Desperate, Linda began searching for a way to turn the tables on Chief. She needed to gather evidence of his plans and his confession about killing Barry's mother. She hoped that if she could record Chief's words, she could expose him and save Barry. Meanwhile, Barry, unaware of the storm brewing around him, continued to live his life, torn between his lingering love for Maria and his new life with Linda. He couldn't shake the feeling that something was off, but he couldn't pinpoint what it was. So because Barry was starting to sense danger, he began to suspect Linda. He told his lawyer about what Linda had said to him about his will. His lawyer firmly advised him never to listen to her. Barry had already named his and Maria's son as his beneficiary in the will. Fearing for his son's safety, Barry decided to protect him. He sent his son to Maria's cousin and arranged for them to fly abroad, ensuring his son's safety. Barry was beginning to believe everything Maria had told him about his father. He regretted not believing her sooner. When Barry got home from work, Linda approached him again with the idea of changing his will. Barry told her he wasn't ready to talk about it. He pointed out that they had only been married for 2 months, and her constant talk about his will was beginning to scare him. Linda tried to brush it off, saying it was fine if he didn't want to talk about it. But inside, she felt conflicted. She knew she couldn't continue with Chief's plan any longer. She decided to confront Chief and tell him she was done with this lifestyle. She didn't care what would happen to her or her family anymore. Determined, Linda went to Chief's house, taking 2 phones with her. She hid one inside her underwear. When she arrived, Chief initially thought she had come with good news. But his mood changed quickly when Linda told him that Barry had become suspicious and she couldn't continue with the plan. Chief's face darkened with anger. "You're giving up, after everything I've done for you and your family." Linda stood her ground. "I can't do this anymore. I can't keep deceiving Barry. He's a good man, and he doesn't deserve this." Chief's eyes blazed with fury. "You think you can just walk away? Remember what I promised if you failed. Your family won't be safe." Linda's heart pounded, but she remained resolute. "I'll take that risk. I'm done with your schemes." Chief grabbed her arm roughly. "You don't get to decide that. You're in this until the end." Linda winced in pain, but didn't back down. "I'm done, Chief. Do what you want with me, but leave Barry alone." Linda's hidden phone was recording everything. She hoped this evidence would be enough to expose Chief. She knew she had to get out of there and get the recording to someone who could help. Chief had no idea she had been recording their conversation. When Linda noticed that Chief wouldn't let her leave, she promised him that she would do exactly as he had instructed. Deep down, she wanted to expose him to Barry. Hearing this, Chief allowed her to leave. However, as Linda was driving home, Chief began to have second thoughts. He wondered what if she had been recording their conversation. Acting on his suspicions, Chief sent his boys to kidnap Linda. They succeeded, snatching the phones from her and locking her in the same room as Maria. Unknown to Chief, Linda had already sent the recording to Barry before she was captured. Barry received the evidence and immediately informed the police. The police moved quickly, arresting Chief and freeing both Maria and Linda. Chief was taken into custody, his crimes finally coming to light. As Maria and Linda were freed, Barry was there to greet them. He hugged Maria tightly, relieved that she was safe. Turning to Linda, Barry said, "I can't marry you, Linda. I never loved you. My father forced you on me." Linda nodded, understanding his words. "I know, Barry. I was just a pawn in his game. I'm sorry for everything. Barry appreciated her honesty. Thank you for helping to expose him, he said. Without you, we wouldn't have been able to bring him down. With Chief behind bars, Barry and Maria decided it was best for their family to leave the country. They wanted a fresh start, away from all the pain and danger that Chief had brought into their lives. Together, they traveled abroad to be with their son. Life in their new country was peaceful. Barry and Maria focused on rebuilding their lives and providing a safe, loving environment for their son. They were grateful to be free from Chief's shadow and determined to create a better future for their family. Meanwhile, Chief sat in his prison cell, plotting his next move. Even behind bars, he couldn't let go of his hatred and desire for revenge. Barry and Maria knew they had to stay vigilant, but they were also hopeful that justice would prevail and Chief would remain locked away for a long time. Linda, on the other hand, tried to move on with her life. She knew she had made mistakes, but she was determined to start anew. She was grateful for the chance to make things right and vowed never to let herself be manipulated again. Dear viewers, what lessons did you take away from this dramatic tale? We'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed the story, give us a thumbs up, share it with friends, and hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to turn on notifications so you never miss out on our latest updates. Thanks for watching and stay blessed.